As I stated, we would go step by step on filing for our beneficial owner information report, the BOI report. This was kind of something that they had said that we was do away with, but ultimately they brought it back with a new kind of like legislation to it or rule to it. If you have under $5 million of annual revenue, you are required to file this report. And so, what we're going to do quickly is go through this process. There's different methods of how you go about doing it, but like I said, every business that, unless you're exempt, have to file this BOI report. So you can actually start by clicking the Get Start button here. Um, you have different methods of how you want to do this. You can file it with a PDF file. You can file online as well. For some simplicity, we decided to hit file online, and it gives you a warning. It gives you some details about the government records and things of that nature. We're going to hit agree with it to this. And for the purpose of this video, I went ahead and put some information in. I went through the process myself a few times. And we are also going to use the same information we used before, the filing information. Remember when we first started this process, we used BB Dixon as the owner, and we actually established this business at the end of, I think, the end of this year, December. They have a difference between, of course, the initial report here, and you also have a correct prior report that you can do. You can update a prior report, and you can do newly exempt entities. For this purpose, we're going to use the initial report. We're going to do the date that it was prepared is actually autofilled here. We're going to go down. We go to next. You have all of this text here that you might need to read for sure. Once you go to next, the reporting company, we're going to request to receive a FIN SIN ID. We're not a foreign entity or anything like that. The company that we used was Jack to Jack LLC, as you can remember. We have an EIN. You're going to actually put your EIN there. Again, we went in a previous video and got the EIN number from the IRS. If you're a foreign entity, you have a foreign tax ID only for that there. For this purpose, Jack to Jack was established in the United States, and it was established in Arkansas. We're going to go down, use the same address, which was the 10301 Canis Road. We're going to use Little Rock, the country, the state, and the zip code. We'll go to next here. If you are an existing reporting company, as you can see, if you hover over, it'll kind of explain that you check this box if the reporting company was created or registered before January the 1st of 2024. If it's actually a new entity, but do not check this box if the reporting company was created or registered on or after January the 1st of 2024. Reporting companies that check this box are not required to report any company applicants. Proceed to part 3. So you just follow those directions there. We're going to go down here. We don't have this information yet. You'll get that at the once you register. Again, we're going to actually use BB Dixon. Last name was Dixon. We used the first name of BB for this example. We put a dummy date in here, but you would actually use the actual date of the beneficial owner. We used a business address, which was the Canis Road in Little Rock. United States, Arkansas. Same information in here. You're going to also go down in here and we're going to use the state issued driver's license. Now you have different options. You can use a passport, you can use a foreign passport, or you can use a U.S. passport. I use a driver's license number that you put here and a driver's license. It has it in here where, of course, you keep your jurisdiction or country you're in, the state, and then also it gives you an option. It's required, obviously, because that's asterisk here, where you would put the driver's license, or say, for example, you have a passport, you would put that there. But this is actually really good legal documentation. So keep it safe. And then you'll go over to the beneficial owners tab. And once you do that, of course, read the information above. When you go down, obviously we have, minor kids that can be beneficial owners of businesses or entities. If there is a minor, you would actually add a parent or guardian in there. Again, we still don't have this information yet. You will get that later. You also have the exempt entity. I noticed that if you have if you're exempt on other businesses that you're attached to, that you have ownership in, and if it's tied to the company that you're applying here, it kind of just, you're exempt across the board essentially. The legal name here, of course, BB Dixon. We put the date of birth there. You put a residential address if it's different than the business address, which I prefer you should be. You should always kind of keep business and personal separated. Ultimately, you don't have to, but it'd be good, it'd be wise. You still, again, driver's license number. You can use a passport or a foreign passport or another form of ID. Identification number. Plug the information in there. And same thing, you would still put the identifying documents there within the company applicants and the beneficial owner. Once you get done with that, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but you go to submit. And again, I do not want to actually hit submit here, but you would put an email in here. You would confirm the email. You would confirm the name. You would hit agree. You would make sure that identify that you're not human. It's going to ask you to, match up like visuals that look familiar. Once you hit that, you hit submit. Once you hit submit, it actually gives you a transcript of the documentation and the information that you provided. It'll send to your email, and you would need to keep that information for future references. And then willful failure to complete beneficial owner information. I think if you get a penalty, I think it's like $500 a day or something along those lines. So this is very important. This is no different from having, your articles of incorporation, your EIN, your operating agreement, your business license. All these things are very essential, but I would not want to be fined dramatically or $500 a day roughly for not having this taken care of. This is essentially for to crack down on money laundering or illegal practices. So again, I really appreciate you all checking in today. Again, like and subscribe if I'm providing good content, and you all have a blessed day.